What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka Coach Key, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. I usually post videos 1 or 2 times a week. Sometimes on Tuesdays you can find me posting vlogs and funny videos and challenges. I might miss a Tuesday or 2 or 3 or 4 like I have for the last month or so. I have literally been knee deep in really huge projects for my business. So I have not been able to catch a lot of footage. I actually have not been doing a lot of stuff like with my family and outside the house and stuff like that. So those would have been some pretty boring vlogs watching me do my projects. But I am nearing the tail end of the huge projects that I have, so I should be able to get back on schedule. But every single Friday you can catch me here for Financial Freedom Friday, where we talk about everything regarding finances and money. So as you can tell by the title of this video and also what you see on your screen, today's video I'm going to be going over my November 2017 budget report card. Now I'm doing this in a slightly different layout, not slightly, a completely different layout. And you guys can tell me down in the comment section, or you can message me on any of my social media platforms or message me on YouTube and let me know how you like this new layout. I figured it would be a lot better because you'll be able to kind of visualize the numbers that I'm going over and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So before I start talking about the actual budget, I want to first talk about my goals that I set for November, specifically the financial goals that I set. So goal number 1 was to pay at least $400 towards my 2016 income tax bill. I was not able to do that, and that's actually because the tax bill didn't come in the mail until last Friday, and the due date is December 11th. So yeah, we'll just talk about that in December, okay? Goal number 2 was to pay at least $800 towards my car loan. For me, that includes my $262.53 minimum payment. And I was able to accomplish that goal. Goal number 3 was for me to start my income taxes sinking fund. I was able to accomplish that goal. Finally, I've been talking about sinking funds and starting them for like the last couple of months. And you know how it is, life happens, things that you plan for just, it doesn't happen that way every time. And so I will be funding that every single month with $200, at least $200 a month. For those of you all who are new to my channel, I am self-employed, so I do not pay taxes on my income throughout the year. So what I want to do is put money off to the side every month so that when I do my taxes every year, I can stop having to put in extensions, and all of that stuff and incur late fees because I don't pay it on time. So goal number 4 is to put at least $300 in an investment sinking fund. I was actually able to do that as well. And really that should say put at least $300 towards investments. And I'll tell you all why a little bit later in the video. So goal number 5 was to fund my $2,000 no risk investment. And I was able to accomplish that goal as well. So now let's get into the budget categories and also my net worth update, which I'm really excited about. So category number 1 is groceries. I estimated that I would spend about $300 this month on groceries. My actual was $210.90. So I was under budget $89.10. For personal, and my personal also includes household. So it includes like hair products, paper towels, paper plates, batteries, that sort of thing. And so I estimated $100. My actual was $62.37, which means I was under budget $37.63. The next category is restaurants. I estimated $100. This is usually my worst category, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But this month I did good. My actual was $79.17. I was under budget $20.83. If you guys watch my mid-month check-in, I actually explained how I was able to be under in restaurants. The very first weekend of the month, my parents had a spades party, so I pretty much just ate over there. And then I think I had leftovers the next day. And then the second week of the month, I did go out for dinner a couple of times, I think. that weekend, but I didn't have to pay for my dinner. If you are new to my channel, I cook throughout the week, and then Friday and Saturday, you're on your own, okay? That's how I grew up. So I just go ahead and go out to eat on the weekends because I don't really enjoy cooking all the time. The next category is gas for my car. I estimated $150. I did up this budget this month because I've been doing a lot of driving for other people. And so I just estimated $150. I usually only have to fill up my gas tank once every 2 months, like 6 to 8 weeks. Usually I'm a homebody. I don't do a lot of driving. When I do want to go places, I ride with somebody. That's just how it is. But this month I was actually able to spend $40.01. Because like 98% of the driving I did was for other people, they ended up going ahead and filling up my gas tank for me, which was really cool. And I really should have expected that anyway, but whatever. So I was under budget, $109.99. So sorry, I felt my nose ring going forward. All right, next category is shopping. I estimated $150. And before I tell y'all what the actual is, let me just tell you, I am not a big shopper, okay? I do not do a lot of shopping. This month, I forgot to account for a couple of things. Like my cousin, she had a book release party. She put out a book on bullying. She has a really, really great storybook, and she has a really great background story for herself and how she went through bullying, and also her older brother, my older cousin. And so I will put the picture of the book, the front cover, on the screen right now. If you are interested in purchasing the book, it is a children's book, and it is very, very good. If you have a child that's going through bullying or anything like that, or they're starting to learn about bullying, I would highly suggest that you purchase that book. So my actual was $210.54. It ain't got nothing to do with the book. Let me just put that out there. The book is not that expensive. Actually, it's not expensive at all if you ask me. But I also started back working as a nurse. I talked about me having this desire. I think this was last month or so. I did a car vlog on this. I have been a nurse for 6 years now. I took a 3-year break. I did get hired through a temp agency, not really a temp agency, but an agency. And so I got hired at this psych facility last October, went through all of my orientation and things like that, and then I started having tech issues. So I have literally not been able to work since last October, and finally I got my stuff fixed. So I did one shift so far, which was this past Sunday night. And so at working at a psych facility, whenever you have to go through security, you have to do everything, like put everything in a clear bag, and it can't be like a plastic bag. So I had to go out to Walmart and purchase a big clear bag so I could put like my lunch and just different things like that that I need past security. So that was like $25. And I had some other, I don't even know, you know what? I did really good until literally 2 days ago. I went to Five and Below to purchase an extension for my phone cord, my charger, because I have a Galaxy S8. So you have to have this little extension piece. I don't know how I lost it in my house. I looked up and down my house for like four hours and I couldn't find it. So I went to Five Below for a charger, came out with everything else. I got one of the items right here. I got this little thing right here. It's like this little neck thing. So you put your phone here and then you put this around your neck and you could like lay down and watch videos and stuff. It was the last one and I just thought it was cute. So I got it. It was $5. But continuing to buy things for $5, it adds up, you know. I think I spent like $25 with that. I originally only upped my budget because I knew Call of Duty was coming out and I knew I needed a new headset. Y'all, I ain't even bought the headset. I did buy Call of Duty. I spent more on the game than I originally wanted to, but that's only because my sister and I game share. So it only made sense for me to pay for the version that came with the season pass. So you get all the map pack updates for free, I guess you could say, because you've already paid for it up front for cheaper. And so it made more sense for me to pay $100 for the game, because had I not done that, it would have ended up being like $150, I think, spent between my sister and I. So it just made sense to do it that way. But yeah, I'm gonna do better, I promise. Okay, so anyway, sorry for my little rant. I just have to explain myself because I ain't no big shopper. But I was over budget, $62.54 for that category. For supplements, I estimate $60 a month. That's how much it costs for my supplements on a monthly basis. I did not spend any money this month on supplements, and that's because I have been like really inconsistent with my supplements, and I need to get back to being consistent because I can feel the difference in my body by doing this and not being consistent. So I was under budget $60. For my electricity, I estimated $55. My actual was $40.59. So I was under budget $14.41. For gas for my house, I estimated $50 and the actual was $56.83, and that's because there were a couple of really cold front days where I used the gas, used the heat in the house. And my thermostat was literally at like 52 degrees. So it was freezing in here. And I only like it being pretty warm or like decent during the day. At nighttime, I need to be cold. But I did end up finding my regular heater, so I don't need to really turn the heat on anymore after this. So I was only over budget though, $6.83. Now for my business, and this is another one that, y'all, can this be a no judgment zone? So I estimated $40. Now I started out with my November budget with me video. There was no like budget business category for the budget, but a little bit like the first week into the month, one of my websites needed to be like renewed for the year, and that was like $25.16 or something like that. And then the following week, I believe I had a site lock update or yearly expense, which it goes through all of my websites and make sure all of my websites are secure. So by like November 6th, I just put $40 into the budget for business. And then this happened. So my actual was $549.15. The only reason this is because the company that I'm a co-founder of, we decided to expand our affiliate program. We used to only sell credit services, credit education services basically. And so we decided to expand on that, and now we offer a financial wellness program, which you guys are going to hear about that pretty soon. There are some more credit services in there, like credit building service. There's personal loans, student loan refi, car loan refi, all of this stuff. And so because of that, we actually ended up having to like pay to be able to offer these extra services. And so I decided I want to be able to offer all of these services because they're much well needed in our communities. And so in doing so, it cost me $500 upfront, $499 upfront, just an upfront fee for me to be able to offer all of these services and get paid for referring people to the services. So I was over budget $509.15. So my overall budget, I estimated $1,005, and the actual before the $499, just so I can show y'all how well I was doing, okay? My actual was $750.96, so I was under budget $254.04. And then you add the $499. So my actual was $1,249.96, so I was over budget $244.96, but it was okay because I do overestimate my expenses and underestimate my income. So I made more income than I estimated. And so because of that, I was able to still cover this overage. So I was not cash flow negative for the month. Okay. So the next thing is my net worth. And this is something I'm super excited about. I don't see a lot of people talk about their net worth. I did see another budgeter start doing net worth updates like maybe last month or so. So I started my debt freedom journey actually a year ago now. So November 30th of 2016, my net worth started out at negative $6,762. My net worth is now $12,952. You guys, I am like super duper excited about that. So October last month, my net worth was $10,624. So in 30 days, I was able to increase my net worth by $2,328. Okay. Yes, I'm excited about that. So next thing to talk about is my savings and my sinking funds. So my mini emergency fund, for me, a mini emergency fund is $3,000. I do not follow the Dave Ramsey plan of only having $1,000 in savings as an emergency because I'm self-employed and I don't know how much money I'm going to make on a monthly basis. I like to have my mini emergency fund there just in case something crazy comes up and I need to cash flow it, and I did not have that in my budget. So I started out my balance at $3,023.54. I earned $3.13 in interest. I do keep my savings accounts, including my sinking funds, in Ally. I know Capital One 360 is a very popular one amongst the budgeters in this community. I like Ally better. The interest rate, I think, is better for the checking account at Capital One 360, but for savings is better at Ally. I started out at Ally in January of this year, so January of 2017, and the interest rate was 1.05%. It is now 1.30%. And so just because the interest checking is lower, I rather have Ally still, because I don't keep anything in my checking. I still have my checking at a brick and mortar bank, which is Bank of America. So the only time I even use my card for the checking account at Ally is when I take the money, I put my money for my rent, like the second week of the month. I put the rent for the following month in my true emergency fund, and I let it sit there and accrue a little bit of interest over the next couple of weeks. And then when it's time for me to pay my rent, I transfer the amount to my checking and swipe my card. So I don't care about the fact that the interest rate for the checking account is lower. I don't use it anyway. So my ending balance was $3,026.67. Now for my true emergency fund, a true emergency fund is 6 months worth of bills. You can do 6 to 12 months. I just do 6. Most people need a true emergency fund just in case you lose your job or something like that. You want to have 6 months worth of expenses so that, you know, if it takes you a little bit longer to find you another source of income, another job, whatever, you have yourself covered for a while. I'm self-employed for the most part. Even when I do pick up nursing shifts and stuff like that, it's barely part-time income. I'm PRN. So I'm only obligated to work 1 shift every 6 months. But my goal is to work like 4 shifts a month for a while, and to at least until I pay my car loan off. So my true emergency fund is $9,000. I started the month off with a balance of $9,035.29. I earned $9.42 in interest, and then there was a $2,000 transaction. Now, I do not suggest that anybody on this earth ever fund an investment using your emergency money. The only reason why I'm doing this is because my investment is literally no risk, okay? No risk whatsoever. My contract states that at the end of my 6 months, I will at least get my $2,000 back, and then I get a profit on top of that. So when I get my money back in, I believe it's April, I'll just put the $2,000 right back, and then I'll keep it moving. You know, what I do with the rest really doesn't matter, but I'll at least fund the $2,000 back to the account. The other thing is, if it wasn't no risk, I would not have done this whatsoever. And because I have not tapped into my emergency funds at all for any emergency, anything I've had come up, I've cash flowed it. That's the other reason why it was okay with me. If you're somebody who has to tap into your savings all the time, you shouldn't use your emergency money for anything but emergencies anyway, but especially if you tap into your savings all of the time, okay? So because of those 2 transactions right there, the interest making it go up and then the $2,000 bringing it down, my ending balance was $7,044.71. So I still have $10,000 in my savings, okay? Now, for income taxes, sinking fund, again, because I just started this sinking fund, I started the balance off at the beginning of the month with $0. I put $200 into it, so I have an ending balance of $200. Now for my investments, if you remember in the goals from the beginning of the video, my goal was to basically have $300 in my investment sinking fund. The reason why I did not get up there is because I actually used some of the money for investments already. So I was able to fund one of my investment accounts with $250. Then I did like another $200 investment, something around there. So I ended up putting $133.71 into my investment sinking fund. So I allotted about a little over $500, and I was able to keep $130 in the fund. So my ending balance, of course, is $133.71. So with my debt, the only debt that I have at this point is my car loan. I started off my debt freedom journey last October, November with 8 debts, and I am now down to only my car loan. So my beginning balance was $10,905.66. I was able to apply $931.56 towards the principal. And my extra payment basically was $700.53 this month. So my ending balance is $9,974.10. So I put a total of $963.06 towards my car loan. And then I also had my state income taxes. That bill came in November, so that was $99.36. Even though that is technically a debt, I'm not going to include it in my like debt balance, if that makes sense. Even when it comes to my other income taxes, I'm not going to do that either. So the total is $1,062.42 that I put towards my debt this month, which is pretty cool. My goal for the most part every month is to at least pay off $1,000 in debt every month. That's like my biggest goal. So let's talk about my financial goals for 2017, December 2017. Goal number 1 is for me to pay off my 2016 tax debt, which is $1,765.83. Now, I could cash flow this, and I probably will cash flow it, but what I am instead going to do, I'm going to take the money from my mini emergency fund. And the reason why I'm going to do that, again, I don't suggest people do this, but again, I've never had to touch my emergency. This is not necessarily an emergency, but because I do have more money in my savings than I'm technically supposed to have, per most of the budgeters on YouTube, most of them go by Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey would tell you have $1,000 in an emergency fund, and you only have $1,000 in the emergency fund until you pay your debts off. For me, that's unsafe, even for the average person. If you lose your job, what happens? But especially because I'm self-employed and I can't really estimate my income. My income is all commissions and based on sales. So I rather have that cushion of having both of my emergency funds fully funded. But because he would tell me drain your accounts and pay your debts off, I'm okay with taking the almost $1,800 out and putting it towards my taxes, so I don't accrue any more fees and all of that good stuff. And I'll also probably be able to put it back. I really could put it back in about 2 months, but I'll probably purposely take about 5 or 6 months to put the money back because I know I can do it. Okay. So goal number 2 is for me to pay at least $800 towards my car loan. Again, that includes the $262.53. That is my minimum payment. Goal number 3 is for me to pay my property taxes in full of $269.27. I will be cash flowing that one for sure. Then goal number 4 is to keep my shopping below $150, which may be a little difficult because, of course, this month is Christmas. I'm not big on gifts. I don't even like gifts from people. I'm one of those people. I'm sentimental. If you could just give me some kind of like meaningful card, and I don't have to have no money in it, no nothing. That is what I like. So that is what I try to reciprocate. But there are a few gifts that I probably will end up buying, but I know they won't be expensive because, I mean, for me personally, it's like I'm grown. If I need anything during the year, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to wait until Christmas. And I feel like every other adult should be the same way. Like, whatever. But that's just me. And I don't really celebrate holidays like that anyway. So things I could improve on is my shopping budget, which I just talked about in goal number 4. And then continuing to increase my income. It is always going to be a goal of mine to continue to increase my income on a monthly basis. And back in 2014 was my biggest income as far as like on a yearly basis goes, since I've been completely self-employed for over 4 years now, and since I've been in business for almost 5 years, and I've been pushing hard to get back to that point. I started my income over at 0 3 years ago. And because I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life and, you know, taking time, extended periods of time away from business and stuff like that, it's taken me a lot longer than it should have for me to get myself back to where I wanted to be. But I am now on track and doing what I'm supposed to do consistently. So that's pretty cool. So that is pretty much my November 2017 budget report card. If I had to give myself a grade, I would give myself an A-. An A- or a B+, but I'm pushing more towards an A-, only because even though I did a little bad on some of my budget categories. I was still cash flow positive for the month. So it's not like, you know, I have less in my account than I should have or anything like that. And because I was able to hit practically all of my goals except paying off my income taxes, I would have to give myself an A-. So that is the end of this video. If you have not watched my December 2017 budget with me video yet, I will link that in the eye in the sky. You guys should really enjoy that video. I go through and I always do paycheck to paycheck planning. So I show you how to do that if you are somebody who needs to. Actually, I think everybody should plan out your paychecks, which bills are due with which paychecks and different things like that. You guys should really check that video out. But other than that, I will see you in the next video.